What up, guys? How's everyone doing? All right, so thank you again for joining me for the analytics session part two. And today I want to do something very similar to what you have here. So I want to have like more or less like a traffic source kind of application where you have data source here, then you have the total percentage right here. And then you have like this kind of like bar, but I'm going to use a very unique, I'm going to actually build a custom unique graph, that's just going to show from, whether it's low, it's going to be red, whether it's medium, it's going to be yellow, whether it's reaching towards 100%, then it's going to be green. So you're going to have like this kind of flow of design, right? And it's also going to basically map out different sections and things like that. So you're going to see how I'm going to build it right now with bubble. So it might be a bit lengthy, so you just stay tuned and I'm going to walk you through everything. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to actually build the spectrum first because the remaining is kind of easy. So I'm first going to build out the spectrum, and I'm going to be using a repeating group. So I first of all, I'm going to build out a group. It's going to be a big group. I'm going to reduce everything later. So let's just call this group graph, and I am going to make this. So I want to have. I'm going to make this 560, right? And the height is going to be 30, and I'm going to put this in the center, 560. So I actually want the graph to be 500 pixels long, right? But I want to have like an icon to the left and an icon to the right. So I'm just gonna first of all I'm gonna make this a row. I'll make this a row. Center line again, and um, yeah, no gap spacing in between those ones. Okay, so let's have the icon now. So I just look for like a face or smile. Okay, let's copy this and I'll paste this here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this 20 pixels, 20 pixels, and make it center aligned. Drop down. And what I also want to do is I'm going to change the color here to so I want this color to be the same. Just going to make it 100%. Oh, sorry. Let me make this FFFF. One, two, three, four. I think I need one more. Okay. No. 999,999. I think that should be okay. Okay. So just give it a bit of gray color there. And what I want is I'm just going to space this out from left to right. And I'm going to make this, let's see. I'm going to make this not a smiley face. I don't know if there's like a frowning face. Yeah. Um, I don't think we have a frowning face. And I do want to go ahead to, okay, let me just do down and then just do up. Okay. Just so that I move quickly and that doesn't delay us. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a text. Oh, not a text. Sorry. I don't need a text. I need a group again. I'm going to take another group and For this group, still going to maintain the same. It's going to be a row. I'm going to make this 500 pixels, and I am going to make the height 30 pixels, right? And I'm just going to make this group spectrum, right? And then for the design, I am going to make the border style a gradient. No, not the border style. Sorry about that. So I'm going to make the style itself none, and I am going to make the background style a gradient, and it's going to be a linear to the Okay, so where are we? So we are going to make this linear, and we want it to move from the left to the right, right? So the starting color, I'm going to put an intermediate color. I'm going to make that yellow, yellow, and then the beginning color is going to be red, red here, and the ending color is going to be green. So let's see. So there we have it. So you have red begins to flow to yellowish, and then it begins to flow to green as we get to the closer lengths. Okay, so there we have our gradient here. So I'm just going to paste this here, and it's make this previous. Okay, so that there we have our our group, and so now what we need to do is we're going to put a repeating group inside of this group, right? Because I want it so that we're able to mark out where the users where the users what's it called when they are when the analytics stops, right? Let me just take a bit of water. All right, guys, sorry about that. I'm back, and yeah. So like I said, I want to put a repeating group here. So what we're going to do is that we want to be able to mark, for example, if an analytics is 50, we want it to stop at 50. We don't want to see this remaining green, right? We want it to stop. So we're basically going to use an analytics and a bit of mathematics to be able to map out where this graph is going to stop, right? So let's get into it. So what I have done is I have within the data set I've built out a spectrum data set which is goes all the way down to 100. And basically what I'm going to do now is I am going to put that data set here, basically with the repeating group, and I'm going to make sure that the repeating group's width is 500, and the minimum width of the column is going to be 5. So 500 divided by 5 gives you 100, which is the 100%. So I hope you got that. If you didn't, well, keep thinking about it, you'll probably get it. So it's just going to be one row, and it's not going to be a fixed, so it's going to be a fixed column, one row, but it's not going to be a fixed number of columns. It's just going to be, but the minimum width will be 5, and I'm going to make this 500. So that will give me 100, that will give me 100 columns, 5 width, with 5 width, aside. And of course, the minimum height, I'm going to make it 30 so that it flows with, the 30 we have here. And then I'm just going to call this repeating group spectrum. And let's just call this page views because the first analytics I'm going to work on is page views. And then you can, not really important, but you can just make this either a row or a column. Just want to make it a column. And okay, then we have the data type content. So it's going to be a spectrum. And I'm just going to say all the spectrums. Right. So that's it. Next thing that I am going to do. First of all, I'll remove all of this, no solids, nothing, no solid at all. And that's all. But before I go ahead to paste this inside this, I'm going to take, a group, right? And I'm just going to draw just a small group here. And I'm going to cut this and then paste it inside the repeating group. I'm going to call this, mini spectrum, which is just for me. You don't need to name it, the same way. Doesn't really matter if it's a fixed or so the width is going to be 5 and the height is going to be 30, right? And I am going to make this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a gray color, right? I'm going to give it a gray color, but I'm not going to put any data point yet here. Okay, no, I'm going to, it's called spectrum, and then I'm going to call it point cell spectrum. Yeah, that works fine. Sorry. Ouch. And last thing I'm going to do before I go ahead to start it, I'm just going to give it a background style. And the style I'm going to give it is, I'm just going to give it the EB color. It's a light gray. Yeah. And another thing that I can do is I can make it a solid border, but then I make the border EB. Maybe I make the border to, yeah, that works fine for me. I might come again to increase this border if I want to. And then the repeating group is, well, like I said, it's a fixed width of 500. And then you have this, that extends all the way, this mini spectrum. And okay, so without ado, we're going to copy this repeating group, just cut it as it is, and we're going to paste it inside the group spectrum, not the group graph, inside the group spectrum. So there we have that, fitting in nicely, right? So still a bit of work to do. Next thing we're going to do is that we are going to select this, you know, group mini spectrum, and we are okay. Before we do this, let's now try and pass on some data, into this because basically we have the graph built as it is like this. So let's pass on some data and let's, maybe just do a bit of styling. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to, take a text image, just delete this, and I am going to, okay, Poppins is nice. I like Poppins. I'm just going to make this a 12, and I'm going to make this a 300. And so the first, data point I'm going to drag in is page views. So I'm just going to call this page views, and I'm going to make it fixed width, no, fit with the content, I mean. And just remove this minimum height. Sorry, I like to do a bit of design when working. And what I'm going to do is I am going to group all of this plus you into one long row, right? You would come first, make first, and you would come last. And I'm just going to space this out. I'm going to center align this vertically. There we go. Yeah, I think it's looking good. Page views, you have that. Then just give this a bit of padding left and right. 20 pixels, 20 pixels. Okay, this should be down and this should be up. So, um, you should be up. So if you're closer here, you're down. If you're closer here, you're up. Right. Now I'm just going to pass in the data. So very similar to what we did in the last time. It's going to be data point is going to be data, and then just do a search for data and take the first item. Okay, so that's the data point, and then here it's also going to be data. It's going to be parent groups data, and then repeating group. So this is going to be group graph, repeating group. Well, you don't really have anything to do again with repeating group. So here, what we're going to do is that we are going to say that when this um, current cell spectrums number is greater than or equals to group graphs big as page views, this element is visible. And then I'm just going to remove this and collapse one again. Should it collapse one again? And there's no need for it to collapse one here. No, it's just leave it like this. Right. So we can test this out and let's see how it is. I've already put some page, the page views at the back end. So what we've done is that the page views is from 0 to 100. It's so if it's this group, it's from 1 to 100. So if it's less than that, and the page views is less than that, then it's going to show the graph. But if it's higher than that, then it's just going to show this gray color, right? So let's see how it looks. Hopefully it works fine. Yeah, it does work nice. Works good. Um, but then here we can see this, you know, this thing here. So we're going to correct that. First of all, let me see. Let me look at removing this banner. Let's remove this from here. Yeah. Then let's see how it looks now. Okay, so we still have it, we still have this one that's here. It shouldn't be there, you know. So we are going to have to try and correct that again. So it's probably coming from the repeating group. So what do we have here? We have one. We have set fixed. We have the minimum width of columns to be 505 pixels, right? And just let me just put this at none. All right, so sorry about that. There was an error in one of the numbers. It's been corrected now, and so we have the page view and we have the smooth, you know, graph right here. So what I want to do is just have like an indicator, here, just to know that okay, this is the beginning point. Even though this is already nice, it's already looking good. Just want to have that indicator there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say that when this current sales index is group H group graph, sorry, group graphs data's page views. I'm just going to change the border style to be solid and border width to border color. Just going to change this not to EB but to a 333 with black. Yeah, so let's see how that looks. Um, okay, so that doesn't work for me. So instead of making it the border, I'm just going to make the background background color to be 333. Oh, look at that. Looking good. Looking sharp. Looking sharp, my boy. Last thing I want to do is I just want so I'm just gonna put this in the middle. Yes, and I'm gonna make this parent group data's active views, page views. So that will give us the number. Then I'm just gonna put percentage beside it. And I am going to make this bold. I'm going to make this bold. So let's first the border. So I'll make this a 700. Yeah, that's okay. And yeah, that looks good. So let's refresh that and see how it looks. Okay, so we see the page views, we see the percentage, we see the graph, and I think that's okay. So instead of it just looking boring like this, I just kind of styled it to have the graph, have the percentage in the middle, and have the source at the end. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to just copy and paste this. Then for you, I'll call you active users. And here I'm just going to change this from page views to active views. And here I'm going to make this live. And then instead of this being graphs page views, it's going to be active views. Instead of this being page views, it's going to be active views. That's all. Then I am going to copy and paste again, open this up. So this is going to be Facebook. Hmm, okay, so here you're going to have Facebook. You're going to have Facebook. What I can do is I can just make all of this minimum width to be 150. Yeah, that's too much. So make it 100. Why? Because I want everything to kind of just flow together. You know. Just trying to wonder why this is pushed to the side when this is, why these ones are aligned. But yeah, this is okay. We'll come back to that. Percentage of Facebook views, and here it's going to be Facebook. So it's going to be Facebook. And we do the same for Google. Oh, I get it now. That was fit with the content that's been corrected. Here we can just do Google. Yeah, as well. So we can just remove the 100 pixels. It was actually wrong. I removed the fit with the content so that everything just extends nicely. Okay, and then here as well, do the same thing. Fit with the content. Take that back. There we go. There we go. And then here, I'm just going to have this as well. Put this on Google. Put this on Google. We have page views activities as Facebook, Google. I think we just have Instagram and then Reddit. You know, Instagram. Let's just make this Reddit as well. Reddit. So just change this to Instagram. Change this to Reddit. Then open this to as well. Bring this down. Change this to graph Instagram. Graph Instagram. Then change this to graph Reddit. And graph Reddit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put everything together into one. Oops, no, it's not highlighting. Put it into one group column. So those group all elements in a column container, and so I'm going to make the styling of this to be 20 pixels each. I think that should be good. And I'm going to put some padding on top, 20 pixels, some padding on the side, oops, padding on the bottom, padding on the sides, padding on the left, padding on the right. Then I'm just going to do the same thing, give it like a 10 pixels border, make this EB. There we go. So this is going to extend. It's not going to be like this. That's on 960. I want it to extend from beginning to end. But if possible, I would like there to be just a bit of margin, 20 pixels on the left and 20 pixels on the right. So I just kind I like to see the styling of everything. All right, so let's see how it looks. Okay. Oh, I think that's looking really sweet. I think that's looking good. I think I think it's looking, you have the page views, you have the percentage, you have the view to the top, like it's high, it's low, 25%, you can see it. And I think it's really start. So, like, just some beautiful designs that you can use to style your application. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next video where I'm not going to be doing something so complex, something a bit simpler, but looking forward to it. So if you need me for your design, for your mobile applications, web development, you can contact me. My descriptions are in the description box, and you can also reach out, through my email, which is akanbidamola@gmail.com. So see you guys in the next video.